Good afternoon, Democrats. I want to say a special thank you to Dr. Rosalind Price for the introduction. Thank you to the DPA for the nomination to be your next Secretary of State. And thank you, fellow Democrats, for doing the work. I love this idea of Arkansas roots, reminding us of where we're from, how we're all connected. And so I was so excited to see Rosalind introduce me because it was just a few short months ago, I went to a Miller County meeting, and we're sitting at a table, and there were just a few of us. Sometimes there's just a few of us in the room. And we're sitting there, and I kept thinking, I know this woman. I know her. I know her. And throughout the meeting, I just kept thinking, I couldn't place it. And along the campaign trail, I talk a lot about being a Girl Scout. I am a grown-up Girl Scout. I was a Girl Scout in Texarkana. For summers, for my entire childhood, I spent in Mena, Arkansas at the Girl Scout camp. And I spent 8 years as a professional Girl Scout going to 75 counties across our state, meeting our girls, our volunteers, our families, and working with them on how to adapt the Girl Scout program to fit the needs of our communities, because the program needed to adapt to fit the community, not the other way around. And at the end of the meeting, it hit me. More than a decade ago, Rosalind and I worked on a project together to bring Girl Scouting to a housing authority in Texarkana. And so the end of the meeting is I remember it. It's oh my gosh, Rosalind, do you remember all those years ago that we worked on that Girl Scout project together? And it just reminded me that there is barely a degree of separation in Arkansas roots. If we all played that game, we would be a lot closer than you think. And I truly, truly believe that. I believe that this is the party for all Arkansans. This is the party where we celebrate our differences, our uniqueness, and yet we still come together time and time again. We are doing the work. Our individual Democrats, our counties, our state party, we're being data-driven. We're mobilizing and working tirelessly to get out the vote. 10 years ago, I became a runner. I was not an athlete in high school. I was a Girl Scout. I was like Kelly, student council president. I was on that kind of a track. I was the indoor kid. But 10 years ago in Arkansas, I became a runner. And I started working toward first 5K, and then a half marathon. And then 3 years ago, I ran my first full marathon. And this is what I know as a runner. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go together. This morning in Hope, Arkansas, I got up a little extra early and I did the watermelon 5K. I ran the 5K, and I wanted to do that because my twin nephews who are seniors in high school, their cross-country team was also running, and I wanted to see my nephews, embarrass them. I got to do that, and I'm very proud because my sister-in-law just sent me the fact that I finished fifth in my age division. So I'm real proud of that. I'm real proud. There was I don't know how many people were in my age division, but I still finished 5. So I can run a 5K by myself, and I'm actually pretty fast when I run it. But when I completed my marathon, I had to put in the training. I actually had to have a team of people that held me accountable to putting in the miles. And actually, to get across the finish line, we had a strategy, because at that halfway mark, at that 18-mile mark, I wanted to walk off. I kept thinking in my head, if I see my husband and my children, I am literally going to get in the truck and just walk off. No one will even know. It will be fine. But we finished that marathon, and we finished it together. My fellow candidates and I, we need you. We need Arkansas counties behind us to finish this marathon. We need all of your work. We need your phone banking. We need your belief in the democratic process. We need you to finish this race. We have to do this together, and when we do, we will win. LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson, in August of 1965 said, "The vote is the most powerful instrument ever devised by man for breaking down injustice." Make no mistake, there's so much on the line this November. Democracy is on the line. The real fraud is this pervasive narrative that is shaking the integrity of our elections. Arkansas needs leaders of integrity. We need people that are going to stand up to false narratives and that in ensuring that all Arkansans, regardless of their party, are accessing their right to vote, that are mobilized, that believe that our democracy is still the greatest in the world. I recently sat down with Governor Mike Beebe, and we talked about Arkansans and their respect and response to honesty and fairness. As a lifetime Girl Scout, the Girl Scout law has literally become my moral compass. The first line is, "I will do my best to be honest and fair." I promise you, as your next Secretary of State, I will be honest and fair. I will be the leader that democracy needs at this moment of time. But I do need your help. Together, as Arkansans, as Americans, as Democrats, we have to amplify our collective voice. We have to talk to our neighbors, our friends, our family members. I'm sitting there in Hope, Arkansas this morning with my brother who does not have the same letter beside his name as I do. And he introduced me to one of his friends, and he talked about his sister. He's so proud of me, all this. And the guy's like, "Oh, do you know so-and-so?" I'm like, "No." And I was like, "Well, I'm running as a Democrat." He's like, "Oh, well, that's why you don't know." But the point is, we're all different, but we still have commonality. We have to talk to our family. We have to talk to our friends. We have to talk to each other. We have to work together. Because just maybe by winning my age division today and a couple of people that I ran with, maybe I got some votes today. But it's going to take a lot more of that. It's going to take each of you. I'm so excited to be a part of this party at this moment of time. I feel the difference. I hope you do. And thank you so much. And we can do this together.